Hey, Jeremy, you want to hear a joke, man?
Yeah.
Why do they call a roach clip a roach clip?
I have no idea.
Because potholder was already taken.
Hey, Dominic, you want to hear a joke?
Yeah.
There was a naked man that went to a costume party and he had a girl on his back. They came up to him and they said, "Well, what are you?" He says, "I'm a turtle." They said, "Okay, but who's that girl on your back?" He says, "Oh, that's Michelle."
It was just after a rainstorm, and little Johnny and his grandpa were sitting out on the front porch. Little Johnny starts to think. He says, "Grandpa, do you think I could take one of those worms and shove it back into its hole?" Grandpa says, "No, there's no way. It's way too squishy and soft for you to be able to do that." Little Johnny says, "All right, I bet you $10 I can." His grandpa says, "You're on." Little Johnny runs in the house, grabs a can of hairspray, sprays that worm up and down till it's stiff as a board, and shoves it right back in that hole. Little Johnny says, "All right, give me my $10. His grandpa says, "Okay, give me that can of hairspray. I'll be back with your money." About 20 minutes later, he comes back. He says, "All right, little Johnny, here's $20. He says, "Grandpa, we only bet 10. He says, "I know. That $10 is for me, and the other $10, that's from your grandma."
Hey, you guys want to hear a joke?
Sure thing.
Yep. Little Johnny and his dad were taking a Sunday drive, and little Johnny looks out his window and sees these two horses going at it, humping each other. Little Johnny says, "Dad, what are they doing?" Well, his dad thought little Johnny was too young to know, so he says, "Well, look, the male horse's legs are hurting, so it's up on the back of the female horse, and she's bringing him back to the barn." Well, Johnny shakes his head. He says, "It figures. Just when you go to help somebody, they end up sticking it to you right in the ass."
Little Johnny was 5 years old, and he went to the department store with his mom. Well, there was a mannequin there with a dress on. Little Johnny got curious and stuck his hand up that dress. His mom says, "Little Johnny, get your hand out of there. They've got teeth up there. They'll bite your hand off." Little Johnny pulls his hand out, and he was afraid for about 15 years. Well, fast forward to college, and he had his girlfriend over for about the fourth time, and they're making out. And she says, "Well, why don't you ever stick your hand down my pants? All you do is kiss me." He says, No, I can't. My mom told me that you got teeth down there, and you'll bite my hand off." She says, "No, we don't." She pulls her pants down. She says, "Look." Well, Johnny looks. He says, "Oh, well, no wonder you ain't got any teeth with the shape your gums are in." What in all that is holy? Y'all need Jesus. What tastes good on a pizza but not on a punani? Crust. Hey, John, want to hear a joke?
Yep.
Little Johnny and little Susie are working together in a factory, and little Susie says, "It's a beautiful day, and I don't want to work anymore." She says, "I bet you I could get the boss to give me the day off." He says, "Oh, yeah? How are you going to do that?" She says, "Watch this. The boss is coming." So she gets up, and she hangs upside down from the rafters. And the boss comes up and says, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm a light bulb." He said, "You're losing it. You should probably take the day off." So she gets down and starts to walk out, and little Johnny's following her. Boss says, "Where do you think you're going?" He says, "You expect me to work in the fucking dark?"